Hey, Marie, how are you? I saw that you were out all week. Where were you? Did you take a trip or something? I bet you took a trip with your family. Am I right? Where did you go, if I may ask? Was it overseas, maybe? Did you bring back any souvenirs? Oh, I wonder what it could be. Come on, Marie, where was your trip to? You can tell me. Oh, hello, Sandra. You're getting a bit ahead of yourself as usual. I just went with the family to visit my husband's parents over in Sanford, that's all, so no souvenirs, sorry. It was just your boring visit to Grandpa and Grandma's house. We just sat around at home and relaxed, not sightseeing or anything. Really not much to see around there except wheat fields. Oh, really? Oh, that's no fun. It's almost Thanksgiving weekend and you went to visit your grandparents, huh? Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend we plan to visit my folks over on the East Coast. It's a bit further, so we'll stay a little longer. It's a hassle because both of us want to stay longer. We have to share our time wisely. Oh, yeah. Hey, you said your husband lives over in Sanford, right? Isn't there a big amusement park over there? Yeah, but it's like an hour's drive over there, and I heard it gets pretty crowded on the weekends. I envy you so much. You get to go all over the place. I was thinking of taking the kids there, but my folks are pretty old. They would rather relax at home. We had neighbors over for a barbecue. That was about it. Oh, really? What a waste. I heard that place was really fun, like Disneyland. A real missed opportunity. You were all there. You really should have popped over and enjoyed yourselves. The kids would have had a blast. That's why you don't have any souvenirs, huh? What a bummer. I was expecting a little something. Oh well, you sure put a damper on that. Yeah, alright. Okay, no souvenir from me means nothing for you when I come back from my Hawaii vacation. Sorry. Now we're even, right? I was planning on buying a whole bunch of neat stuff. Oh well, you really missed out, Marie. You're taking a vacation? You're going to Hawaii? Yep, that's right. This is my first time, so I'm so excited. We're leaving tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Oh, I get it now. So this is what it's all about, huh? You just wanted to tell me? Of course I wanted to tell you. What do you mean by that anyway? Nothing. Wow, how nice. Oh, sorry, Sandra. I just remembered I have to get dinner ready for the kids. I really have to go. I'm so sorry to cut this short, but we'll talk again later, I promise. Talk to you again. Bye. Yeah, okay. Bye. Hey, Sandra, are you there? Please reply. This is important. It's about your son, Kenny. He's sitting on your back porch crying his eyes out. I can see him from my kitchen window. What's going on? Did he lock himself out or something? Isn't anybody home? He seems so upset. It's getting really cold outside, so you better get him inside. I heard it was going to snow tonight. Are you even home, Sandra? I may have to go over there, you know. He's gonna freeze out there. You better get him inside right away. Huh? Relax, would you? What are you all upset about, Marie? Hey, Sandra, finally, it's freezing outside. I heard it's gonna snow later. Let him inside, the poor kid. Oh, you're talking about Kenny, right? Yeah, well, I left him out there on purpose. Pardon me? On purpose? What are you saying? What was I supposed to do? He was screaming and going on like a little monster. He insisted that I take him to Hawaii with me. Can you believe the little brat? I was going to be late catching the flight to Hawaii, so I had no other choice but to leave him out there on the porch. I mean, what else was I supposed to do, for God's sake? Anyways, I left him with that big down jacket. He'll be fine. Wait, are you saying you're not even home? Yeah, that's right. I'm in the airport limo now, heading to the airport. Almost at the terminal, as a matter of fact. But I suppose I kind of expected he would act this way. And I knew you would be in the kitchen and probably be looking toward our house right about this time. That's right, I've been monitoring you, Marie. The whole thing went just the way I planned. You planned this? What are you even talking about? I knew you'd be looking out your window. You always prepare lunch about now, and you have a clear view from that window. I knew you would see him. I had him wear that big red down jacket just in case. Worked, huh? So take care of Kenny for me while I enjoy some sun, would you? Sure would appreciate it. I'm going to be in Hawaii for a week, and I don't want to be bothered. I need some quiet time for myself with no interruptions. So I'm going to shut off my phone the whole time I'm here, just so you know. Okay then, I'm off to paradise. Take care of little Kenny for me while I'm gone, okay? Bye. Aloha. Hey, Sandra. Don't know when you're going to see this since you said you were shutting off your phone. I've retrieved Kenny from the back porch and brought him over to our house. He was freezing, you know. That was no down jacket, just a red windbreaker. What were you thinking? He's fine now, but it could have been serious if I hadn't seen him. Reply when you see this, and I mean ASAP. No reply probably means your little vacation has started and you won't see this until next week. Probably sitting on the beach about now. But you're going to see this sooner or later. I can't just let you off the hook. It doesn't feel right to just let this go. So I'm going to leave a long message for you. What the hell is wrong with you, Sandra? I believe your husband is currently assigned overseas, right? He comes back once or twice a year or something? I remember you griping about that after our PTA meeting. You wouldn't shut up about it. Who the hell did you go to Hawaii with anyway? Was this one of those solo trips? I know it's just you and your son, but I really can't understand why you would leave your son all alone to go off to Hawaii for a week. And you leave your kid out on the porch in the freezing cold with only a thin windbreaker? How could you do that? What if I wasn't home that day? He would have been out there all night. This could have ended badly, you know? Did you even think that far? How can you even call yourself a mother? Are you just disguised as a mother, but in reality you're some evil monster? I talked to my husband about it, and he may be able to contact your husband overseas. When your husband returns, I'll return Kenny to his dad. So when you get back, contact him and work the rest out yourselves. That's all I have to say. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, Sandra. Looks like you haven't even turned your phone on yet. I guess you're keeping your word about no interruptions. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you a daily update about your husband. We contacted him last night, and apparently he hopped on a plane right away. He's scheduled to be back later this afternoon. Just so you know, I'll be over there when he arrives, and you can be sure I will tell him every last detail about this situation. Honestly speaking, what you did was totally inexcusable. And after I do that, we leave for my parents' home and won't be back for a few days. So even if you contact me about Kenny, I won't be able to help you out. You're just going to have to contact your husband and talk it over with him. Just don't rely on me to help. Oh, and one more thing. It seems you're not only ignoring my messages, but your husband's as well. But you know what, Sandra? Maybe people already know why you went to Hawaii. And maybe who you went with. Or maybe even details about this guy. Address and phone number, maybe? You may be pretty surprised how much everyone knows. I bet some preparations are being made. But what do I know, right? Anyways, have fun, and hope all this was worth it. Hello there, Marie. How was your week? I just arrived back from Hawaii. I had such a wonderful time. I brought so many souvenirs. The luggage weighs a ton. I'm glad I have rollers on this suitcase. Had the guy loaded onto the van and off again. I better give him a big tip when we arrive back at the house. Oh yeah, and how is little Kenny? Tell him I got him a super nice gift. He's going to love it. I really don't know how to thank you for taking care of my son this entire week. I hope he wasn't a burden on you. I'll stop by and pick him up after I return. But I have to tell you, Marie, it is so nice having such a considerate and useful person living right next door. I don't know what I would have done if you weren't here, Marie. Thanks so much for this. I hope I can count on you again in the future. I bet Kenny likes it over there. Maybe he doesn't even want to return. And I heard your cooking was pretty good too, always standing in the kitchen like a good housewife. Oh, I almost forgot. Remember when I said I would not get you a souvenir because of that last time? You remember that, right? Well, I'm keeping my word. No souvenir for you, Marie. Sorry, and eye for an eye, right? I wasn't expecting one, so don't worry about it. Oh, there you are, Marie. I was wondering when you were going to answer. You're acting a bit high and mighty. Do I sense a tinge of jealousy, perhaps? Just because you babysat my kid for a week, aren't you being a little lordy? Babysit? Your son's not over here. I'm not looking after him. Pardon me, are you saying he's not over there at your place? What I'm saying is that even if you come over now to pick him up, he's not here. Hold on a second. You saw him on the porch, then took him in, and you've been looking after him the whole week, right? I mean, come on, Marie. You found him sitting out there on the porch. And as you know, my husband is working overseas and only comes back once or twice a year. You're the one who found him, and you're supposed to be our neighbor, for God's sake. You have a responsibility to take care of him. I'm starting to see the picture. I figured as much. When you were in Hawaii, I sent a daily report of what was going on, but you had your phone shut off. And it seems you haven't even looked through your past messages. No, I never read past messages. What's that got to do with anything? I would just ask you to open up Line and check your messages for the past week, and you'll get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. If you take a good hard look at it, you'll see that it's probably not only me, but I'm guessing there are a bunch of messages from your husband and your parents. Yeah, well, it just seems like such a nuisance to have to answer back every time, so I just shut it off and enjoyed my time in Hawaii. You'd do the same. That's where you're wrong. I am way more responsible than you. You'd rather ignore all your messages and have a jolly old time than worry about your kid or your family. I hope all of it was worth it. What are you going on and on about? Was Kenny a pain in the butt or something? Don't take it out on me, Marie. Just look at your darn messages, would you? You'll know what I'm going on and on about. All right already, you don't have to get all irritated for Pete's sake. What the hell has gotten into you? What the hell is this, Marie? How the hell did this happen? How the hell did you get in touch with my husband? He's working overseas. Who told you his contact info? I certainly didn't. When you guys moved in next door, my husband was already assigned overseas. You only met him a handful of times. Did someone in the neighborhood tell you? I bet it was Miss Bennett down the street. She was always asking about my husband. Well, what you didn't know was that my husband had business dealings with your husband. They met on occasion. Business dealings? They worked together before? You never told me that. Yeah, there was some business project they worked on together about a year ago. He mentioned the company and where he was stationed, so it wasn't very hard to track him down. Are you serious? They know each other? Yep, I really thought you knew. Don't you guys talk much? Guess you figured nobody knew your husband, huh? That's why you felt safe about going to Hawaii all alone. Or was it? Anyway, your actions were despicable. You do realize that, don't you? Excuse me? How could you say that? Come on, Sandra, think about it. You put your own kid in danger. He could have frozen to death that day. What if I wasn't home and nobody found him? My God, I hate to even think about it. If someone had called the police, you could have been charged, you know? Did that thought ever cross your mind? Call the police? Are you serious? Why would anybody call the police? You make me sound like a criminal. You're lucky that there was no need for such a drastic measure. We took Kenny in, he was a bit shaken, but he was fine, and we were also able to contact your husband, so... But if the police were called, there could have been consequences. You could have been charged with a crime. To put a young child in danger like that? What were you thinking? You're kidding me, right? Oh yeah, and your husband? He said he was contemplating divorce. I would talk to him right away, Sandra. He was furious. That guy you went to Hawaii with? Yes, we all know all about this guy. Apparently, he's your boyfriend, wasn't he? The way I see it, I think you're going to have a pretty difficult time getting custody of Kenny. Sure looks like your husband holds all the winning cards. He wants a divorce and he wants custody? How was I supposed to know it would all get overblown like this? It was just a short little vacation for Pete's sake. What am I gonna do? Kind of late to be worrying about that, wouldn't you say? Hey, Marie, are you there? Please pick up. Where did my husband and Kenny go? You must know. You have to tell me. Come on. Are they at a neighbor's house? Down at Miss Bennett's place, maybe? Is that where they are? I just walked in the door and all our stuff is gone. The place is cleaned out. Where did they go? I went over to your place too and nobody's there either. Where is everyone, for God's sake? I asked Mrs. Simpson across the street and she wouldn't tell me anything. Just shrugged her shoulders. I bet she knows. Did you tell her to keep her mouth shut? I just found the divorce papers and photos showing us on the beach in Hawaii. Who took these photos anyway? Did my husband hire a private investigator? There's also a business card here for some divorce lawyer. Why? How did he find out? Why didn't you just look the other way, Marie? Not only that, my boyfriend contacted me. Apparently my husband called him and told him that I was married. He wasn't supposed to know. He just sent me a line. He wants nothing more to do with me. We had such a romantic time in Hawaii. He said he loved me, and then he drops me just like that? Was that all a lie? I can't believe this is happening to me. Where did it all go wrong? I don't want to split up with my husband. What am I going to do all alone from now on? I want my boyfriend back. After I got that line message, she evidently headed over to her parents' place, who live about an hour's drive away. I guess she's living with them now. After about a month, I heard that the divorce was finally settled. Just as I expected, her husband was granted full custody of Kenny, and she was obligated to pay a considerable amount as compensation. I also heard she had to pay the boyfriend a certain amount, too. The poor guy thought she was single and was even thinking of marrying her down the line. I don't blame him for demanding compensation. With child support and compensation for both her husband and the boyfriend, I heard she was like $100,000 or more in debt. A neighbor who knows her pretty well told me that she's living with her folks and working every day to pay off that debt. At least she has somewhere to go. I bet her folks never expected to take care of their daughter again. She apparently regrets what she did and is trying to make up for it. I suppose it's a little too late for that. Anyway, she won't be going on any vacations to Hawaii anytime soon.
Sylvia, just because you changed your WhatsApp ID doesn't mean that I won't be able to find you, you know. Sylvia, answer my calls. Hurry up, there's something really important I need to tell you.
Huh? Who is this? I don't remember exchanging contact information with anyone recently.
Huh? You don't even recognize your ex-wife you used to love? You're a failure of a man, Sylvia.
My ex-wife? Is this Sarah?
Yes, I got your WhatsApp ID from a mutual acquaintance of ours. Seriously, I had to give you a hint before you found out who I was? That's a bit too rude, Sylvia. It's like we didn't spend 4 years loving each other.
But it's already been 8 years since we got divorced. I think it's only natural that I don't recognize you by text. Unless you tell me who you are first. Speaking of which, you really shouldn't start off your conversations with people like that. At least introduce yourself first, you know?
What? I'm not here for you to give me a lesson on manners. I'm here because there's something important I need to tell you. Hold on. All your gibberish made me forget what it was.
Alright, tell me when you remember what it is then. But still, to think that you'd contact me on my new WhatsApp account after all these years. Just what is it that you want with me? I can already tell that you're up to something.
Huh? You're the one who's going to talk to me like that, like I'm the bad guy here? You don't have the right, because you're the one who's being very mean to me right now.
Huh? We haven't met even once since we got divorced. What do you mean I'm being mean to you?
Stop trying to act like you don't know. You know very well what you did to me.
Look, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about right now, Sarah. Just tell me what exactly it is that I did to you that was so mean.
I heard that you were getting married again. Don't try to act all innocent on me.
It's been 8 years. It's only natural that I'd find someone else I'd want to marry in that time.
What even is that? Then what was the alimony I paid you for? This wasn't part of the deal, you know.
What? What in the world are you even talking about, Sarah? The alimony? What does the alimony you paid me have anything to do with me getting married again?
If you've got another woman, then it means that you were just like me at the end of the day, right? Then it doesn't make sense that I'm the only one who paid an alimony. Why was it just me? I didn't know you were going to marry another woman when I paid you that money. I thought that the money was to make sure that I was the only woman you loved until the day you died.
That's not exactly how alimonies work. Besides, could you please not make this sound like I cheated on you? That's what you did to me 8 years ago, and this is completely unrelated, because the person I'm going to marry soon is someone I started going out with after we got divorced. Unlike what you did to me, this isn't cheating. Don't put me on the same level as you, because I would never do something despicable like that.
You're not doing anything despicable? And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? But you're doing something despicable right now as we speak.
Huh? I don't see how you can consider what I'm doing on the same level as what you did to me 8 years ago. There's no rule saying that you have to love your ex-wife forever if she pays you an alimony. What even is that anyways? It makes no sense whatsoever.
I'll explain it to you. You used to be married to me in the past, which that means you have a duty to love me for the rest of your life, right? Of course, I'm not going to be so unfair as to say that you only have to love me, and not the other way around, because I love you as well.
What? You love me, but you started going out with another man while you were still married to me. Don't just pretend that what you did 8 years ago never happened.
I told you over and over and over that the only one I love is you. But you're the only one who didn't believe what I told you and stole my money, divorcing me in the process. I told you already that that man was just a friend of mine, didn't I? But you kept insisting that I was cheating on you.
What do you mean I stole your money? All I did was exercise my legal right as a husband who was cheated on. And the court found that I had the right to make you pay me alimony.
Stop making it sound so complicated. This is how you confused me and stole 30,000 euros from me 8 years ago, but I'm not going to fall for that again. I'm going to make you do what I say this time.
Look, what in the world are you talking about? You keep talking, but you haven't even said what you wanted with me yet.
Give me back the 30,000 euros I gave you 8 years ago.
Huh?
You had the opportunity to get back together with me after we got divorced, but you decided to betray me and are now trying to get married with another woman, which means that you have to give me back that alimony I paid you. If you do that, I'll forget about how you were trying to marry another woman, and I'll let you marry me again instead.
What in the world are you talking about?
Huh? What do you mean, what am I talking about? Isn't it completely obvious what I'm telling you right now?
Everything between you and me finished 8 years ago. Once we got divorced that day, we became strangers that would go on different paths in life. It's none of your business who I met after that and who I'm going to marry as well. I don't know what you think, but at least that's how the majority of people view things when it comes to divorces.
I don't care what the majority of people in society or whatever thinks. And that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm trying to say that I don't understand what kind of thought process you might have trying to marry another woman when you're still in love with me. Which is why I want you to give me back that alimony I paid you 8 years ago.
I'm sorry, who said that I still loved you? All my feelings for you completely evaporated when I found out that you were cheating on me 8 years ago. That's why we got divorced. Can't you understand even that?
You're lying right now, right, Sylvia? Of course you still love me because I still love you.
No, I'm not lying. I'm sorry to tell you this, but that's not how love works. To be honest, I'd almost completely forgotten about you. Until you suddenly just texted me out of nowhere like this. It's a shame, because I was almost about to completely forget about the disgusting memories I have of 8 years ago. I want to find happiness with my current fiancé.
No, you can find happiness with me. Seriously, why get married with another woman when I'm available?
You're a nuisance, Sarah. Don't contact me again.
What? You're joking, right? Fine, you don't have to marry me anymore. Just give me back the 30,000 euros. Sylvia, answer my calls. Sylvia! Hi, Sylvia. I found out the date your wedding ceremony was going to take place. That being said, I'm going to be your bride for today. You see, I even prepared a wedding dress. I'll forgive those insults you gave me the last time we talked, because I know you didn't really mean it. Of course, on the condition that you choose me as your bride. If you want me to forgive you for insulting me, then you have to marry me again. Give me an answer once I enter the chapel, alright? I mean, it's not like I need to ask, because of course you're going to choose me, right? Sylvia! Just what in the world is the meaning of this? Did you trick me or something?
Jesus, how many texts did you send me? Hold on, what do you mean I tricked you?
Huh? Tell me, but did you seriously not read the texts I sent you at noon?
I didn't see them. I was on an international flight when you sent me those texts. And I only got off the plane now.
Huh? An international flight?
We're gonna have our wedding abroad, so I got on a plane from Haneda Airport.
You're having the wedding abroad?
I'm looking at these texts you sent me right now, but seriously, what in the world are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Our wedding is just about to start now. It's not even in the country, so...
Huh? What are you talking about? The wedding ceremony is going to be today, right? I heard that you were going to have the wedding at YT Hotel.
Well, yeah. We're gonna have our wedding at YT Hotel, but...
So I was right.
Which YT Hotel did you go to?
Of course, the one in Tokyo. Why?
Could it be the case that you didn't know that YT Hotel is an international chain with hotels around the world?
Huh?
The wedding ceremony we're going to be having is going to take place at a YT hotel abroad. If I give you any hints, I get the feeling you'll come all the way here, so I won't tell you the country we're in, though.
What?
Don't tell me, but did those crazy texts you sent me earlier mean you barged into another person's wedding ceremony at the YT Hotel in Tokyo?
So, does that mean that I barged into someone completely unrelated's wedding?
That's what I'm asking you right now. But judging by the text you sent me, it looks like you did. That's not our wedding venue, Sarah.
You've got to be kidding me. Sylvia, give me back that 30,000 euros you stole from me. Hurry up, I need it now.
Seriously, they're still talking about that.
I mean, it's so unfair. Why did I have to pay you an alimony when you don't have to?
You see, I contacted some of our mutual acquaintances for the first time in a long time, but I heard that after you got divorced with me, you messed up again, and your parents finally cut ties with you. Isn't that true?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I heard you tried to seduce your boss who had a wife and children, and then his wife found out. Now she's making you pay her an alimony of 30,000 euros.
Why did they have to tell you that? Who told you that anyways?
I'm not telling you. Apparently your parents paid the 30,000 euros I asked from you when we got divorced for you, on the condition that you would never do something like that again. You broke your promise and committed adultery. Again, didn't you? That's when your parents cut ties with you and left you to deal with this new alimony on your own. Then you suddenly remembered that I existed.
Yeah, if I got married with you again, I thought that I would be able to pay off this new alimony with that 30,000 euros I gave you 8 years ago. To think that I went through all that effort to find out where you were because I thought that I could rely on you. But suddenly, I heard that you were going to get married again. Do you even understand how much that hurt me when I heard that?
First of all, that wasn't your money that you gave me, it was your parents'. So you have doubly no right to ask for that money back. And second of all, everything between me and you already finished 8 years ago. If I'm going to be kind here, I can kind of understand why you'd feel interested in what was happening to me. After all these years, even though it is a bit annoying for me. But wouldn't someone usually give up when they hear that their ex-husband had plans of getting remarried? You, on the other hand, have made a huge commotion.
Yeah, but the fact that you're trying to marry another woman even though you still have feelings for me, that's cheating no matter how you look at it.
I already told you before, right? All my feelings for you completely evaporated when I found out that you were cheating on me. I told you this, but you ignored me and are now making a huge mess. Even involving people that are completely unrelated to the two of us. Seriously, just what in the world is going on in that mind of yours? What's your objective even?
But I already told you that. I want you to give me back the 30,000 euros you stole from me and get married with me instead.
You had to pay that alimony I asked of you when we got divorced because you betrayed me, your husband, by going out with another man. This is 100% not happening. But even if we were to get back together, me giving you back that money doesn't even make sense.
Huh?
Oh, and this is very important. We already turned in the marriage papers.
Of course. You wrote my name as your wife's name, right?
You've been listening to a word I said.
You didn't?
Of course I didn't. What part of what I said to you just now made you think that I wanted to get back together with you? Seriously, I'm not even joking right now. I think there's something seriously wrong with your head. You should probably visit a psychoanalyst or something, because that's not how a normal person would think.
But at this rate, it's not going to be just 30,000 euros that I have to pay. The wedding ceremony of these strangers I ruined by accident. They're making me pay for all the wedding expenses. Not only that, but when they were trying to catch me at the wedding venue, I resisted. I made a mistake and ripped apart the wedding dress I borrowed. They're telling me I have to pay for that as well. Oh, and the equipment I broke at the wedding venue. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I need a lot of money right now. Which is why I want you to give me back that 30,000 euros you stole from me. and I want you to get back together with me and share some of this burden. Don't you pity me even a bit?
That all you had to say?
Huh?
All of what you've been saying up until now has been selfish and arrogant. Not only that, but it seems like you're delusional on a dangerous level as well. You think you can get whatever you want if you just cry loud enough, right? No, I don't pity you, Sarah. On the contrary, you make me sick. I didn't like you ever since I found out you cheated on me. But now I think I don't like you even more, if that's even possible.
What?
Sorry, but I think I'm going to go relax with my wife in our hotel room now. I don't want you bothering us any more than you already have, so I'm going to block you.
Fine. Then at least give me 30,000 euros. I'll forget about you cheating on me if you do that. Come on, Sylvia. Don't you see that I'm trying to come to a compromise with you right now? It's just 30,000 euros. Are you even reading these texts? Sylvia, did you actually just block me? But...
Me and my wife got married abroad just as we planned, and went home after that, but it seems that my ex-wife Sarah was having a pretty rough time while we were doing this. She tried to run away and not pay the money she was being asked for, and fled to a house for relatives, but her relatives already knew what was happening to her, so now she's just surrounded and had nowhere to escape. Since she was deemed untrustworthy and would 100% attempt another escape, her parents had to come and get her against her will. It didn't change the fact that they had cut ties with her. And of course they weren't going to pay the money she had to pay in her stead, but they did send her to live in a temple in the mountains. This had 3 meanings. First, she was sent there so that someone would keep watch over her far away from society, so that she wouldn't cause anyone any more trouble. Second, she was sent there to make sure that she wouldn't be able to escape before she paid off the money she owed. And third, she was sent there in hopes that she might one day change and become a better person. During the afternoon, she works at a factory near the foot of the mountains. During the days and nights, she was forced to undergo strict training with the other monks at the temple. Apparently, it's been decided that she would spend at least the next 20 years of her life there. I only hope that she becomes at least sane enough as to not harm other people once she leaves.